Welcome to Stimulus Wealth Today. It began like any ordinary day until millions of Americans suddenly noticed something unusual in their inboxes. A new email had arrived, carrying Donald Trump's name in the sender line, and the subject immediately stood out: a message about stimulus relief. People clicked it open, and within moments, the news started spreading. Social media feeds filled with screenshots, hashtags popped up on Twitter, TikTok creators rushed to make videos, and online forums lit up with discussions. What was this email all about? Why now? And most importantly, what did it really mean for millions of struggling families across the country? The email itself was written in Trump's signature style, sharp, bold, and impossible to ignore. It spoke directly about the hardships many Americans are facing today: rising grocery prices, expensive gas, medical bills piling up, and rent taking up more of every paycheck. The words were chosen carefully, echoing the very frustrations that most people live with every single day. Trump positioned relief not as a distant idea, but as something urgent, something that could and should be addressed immediately. For many, this message felt personal. It reminded them of the stimulus checks that once arrived during his presidency, when millions of households received direct payments to ease the burden of the pandemic. Those checks became a lifeline for families trying to stay afloat in uncertain times. By mentioning relief again, Trump touched on that memory, reminding people of a moment when help was real and tangible. The timing could not have been more significant. Inflation continues to weigh heavily on American households. Groceries cost more, rents have gone up, and utility bills eat away at what little savings people have. Even families with steady jobs feel the pinch, while those on fixed incomes, like seniors, struggle to keep up with rising costs. Against this backdrop, the email landed like a spark in dry grass, immediately igniting conversations everywhere. What made the email even more powerful was how quickly it spread. Within hours, it was being shared across Facebook groups, reposted on Twitter, discussed on Reddit threads, and analyzed in countless YouTube videos. News outlets picked it up and invited financial and political analysts to comment. Some saw it as a genuine signal of economic plans forming behind the scenes. Others viewed it as a calculated political strategy designed to win support by focusing on the most sensitive and universal issue: money. No matter how people interpreted it, the reaction was the same. The email struck a chord. Some people felt hopeful, imagining that more financial relief might actually be on the horizon. Others were skeptical, wondering if it was just a clever way to grab attention. But whether hopeful or doubtful, everyone was talking about it, and that in itself was proof of the impact. It's important to recognize that the significance of this message goes far beyond the words in the email. What it represents is even bigger. In American politics, economic relief has always been one of the most powerful forces shaping public opinion. The email also came at a time when frustration about the economy is high. Many Americans feel that wages are not keeping up with the rising cost of living. Parents worry about affording childcare. Retirees see their savings stretched thinner each month. College students face debt they may never fully pay off. The struggles are widespread, and the promise, or even the suggestion, of relief carries immense power. That is why this single email was enough to capture national attention. For Trump's supporters, the message was energizing. They saw it as a reminder of the economic relief provided during his presidency, and as a promise that he could deliver similar support again. For critics, the message was more complicated. They saw it as a strategic move designed to build momentum and secure loyalty, rather than a concrete promise. But regardless of perspective, no one could deny that Trump had once again seized control of the conversation. And now, the suspense remains. Was this just the beginning of a larger strategy? Could it signal an actual plan to introduce new forms of relief, or was it designed to stir anticipation without delivering specifics? Those questions are what keep the story alive. Every political analyst, financial expert, and ordinary citizen wants to know if this is just talk, or if action will follow. The bigger picture is clear. Financial struggles are not just an economic issue, they are a deeply human one. Families across the nation are worried about making ends meet, about the future of their children, and about their ability to live with dignity. Relief, in any form, is not just a political promise. It is hope. Hope that things could get a little easier, that burdens could be lifted, and that someone in power is listening. Trump's email tapped directly into that hope, and in doing so, reignited one of the most important debates in America today. It also raised another point: the power of messaging itself. A single email, carefully timed and strategically framed, created ripples across the entire country. It did not take a long speech, a press conference, or a massive rally. Just a few sentences in the right place at the right time were enough to get people talking, arguing, and paying attention. That is the kind of influence few politicians can command, and Trump continues to show he knows how to use it. Whether or not this email leads to real financial relief remains to be seen, but even without specifics, it has already left an impact. It reminded people of what they once received. It stirred curiosity about what might come next, and it highlighted the ongoing struggles millions still face. It also underscored a truth that politicians on both sides know very well. Talk of relief resonates like almost nothing else. In the days ahead, people will continue to speculate. Supporters will hold on to hope, critics will demand proof, and analysts will keep debating the strategy behind it. But the effect of the email is undeniable. It captured national attention, sparked conversations that cut across political lines, and reminded everyone of how powerful the idea of financial support can be. Disclaimer: this content is created for informational and educational purposes only. The details discussed here are based on publicly available reports and online discussions surrounding Donald Trump's recent email message. This script does not confirm or guarantee the distribution of any new stimulus payments, financial relief programs, or government benefits. Viewers are encouraged to verify all information through official government sources, such as the IRS, the U.S. Treasury Department, or other verified agencies before making any financial decisions. The opinions, interpretations, and discussions presented in this content are for general awareness and should not be considered financial advice, political endorsement, or a